So I think without any further delay, we shall start with the briefing for the quiz event. I hope I'm audible. If I am, please do give like a thumbs up on your video camera. Okay, great. So first and foremost, I hope you all are doing well and keeping safe during these trying times. I welcome you all on behalf of the entire Ethos 4.0 organizing committee to the quiz event. For the quiz event this year, we have 2 rounds. The first one is the screening preliminary round, which will be taking place today, followed by which we will have the final quiz round, which will be on the 16th from 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. Do join us for both the events and participate avidly, because we would love to hear from you all, and we would love your enthusiasm over the next 3 days during Ethos. To take a moment, I'm very sure that we all are very excited. So maybe could we have all the participants and all the teams unmute themselves and maybe just say a good morning or a good afternoon, so that we kind of get everyone riled up for the quiz today.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good morning.
Good afternoon.
Okay, great. I'm really happy to see that response. So I think everyone is eager and excited for today's team events. And we will be starting off now with the solo quiz event. So could we have the next slide, please? So the ground rules for the event are: kindly rename yourselves as solo_name, for example, solo_Rahul. We will be using the Kahoot app. So do make sure that you have 2 mobile devices, one where you're on the Zoom meeting, and the second mobile device where you have the Kahoot app installed or downloaded. For the preliminary screening round today, we will be using Kahoot because it is a very friendly and time-saving app. So I'm very sure you'll all will really love the interface. Do keep yourselves on mute unless called on for, like how I just called on to all of you all for giving a very good morning. So keep that in mind. Could we have the next slide, please? The rules for the quiz will go as follows. On the platforms, while registering, enter your name. Now, this is for the Kahoot app. We will be giving you a code to enter the Kahoot app. The minute you enter the Kahoot app, you will be requested to join in with a name. So this is only for the solo participants right now. The team participants, please do not pay heed to this. This is only for the solo participants. So for the solo participants, do ensure that your full name in all caps is mentioned while entering the Kahoot app after putting in the code to join in the quiz. So put your full name in all caps. I repeat it because this is very detrimental for us to at least understand who has registered and who hasn't registered in the quiz. So please do follow the rule. Again, you are not allowed to use any means of communication while the quiz is going on. I understand we all love our Google Scholar and we would love to use it for this quiz too. But let me remind you, this is just a preliminary screening round. This is just to test the waters to see how much you know about ethics. And then only will the top 5 teams have to be grinding for the last final round, which is going to be on Sunday. So it's going to be a very easy quiz. Do not worry about it. The platform is also very amicable. So don't worry about anything. We're here to help you with anything that you require. So please do not use any means of Google. And actually, we have kind of outsmarted you in this with using the Kahoot app, because I'm very sure that while you'll try to type out the question or try to find the answer via Google, as the time scoring, it is a time-based scoring. So the more time you take to answer the question, the lesser points you get. So make sure to choose the right option and within the right time. So if at any point you discuss or confer via any other means, we will directly disqualify the participants. So which is why we kindly request you to turn on your video cameras, because that is very crucial for this quiz. So please do have 2 mobile devices for the quiz and use them as required. Could we have the next slide, please? So please look at the screen right now. On the screen, there is a code given to join the Kahoot Kahoot solo quiz platform. I'm sorry for the typo. It's Kahoot solo quiz. So the code is 0174293. I will be typing it out in the chat box here too. So make sure that you type in this on the Kahoot app and use this for the quiz. So the Kahoot group quiz platform, once you enter the quiz platform, they will ask you for a code. This is the code you will enter. And once you enter the code, then you will be asked for a name. When you are asked for the name, make sure you type out your full name in all caps. I'm repeating this because it will be easier for us to make sure that you all are there and you all are ready.
Hi, Rahul. This is for the solo participants, right? This code.
Yes, this is only for the solo participants. It will not be for the group participants. So the group quiz will start in another half an hour once we're done with the solo quiz. So you may stay on this Zoom meeting and witness the solo quiz to get an idea of the kind of questions that are there, or if you would like, you could always join in. But do be here, stay on the quiz.
Okay. Right. Thank you.
I apologize for the mistake. The code number has actually changed now. So the code number will be 6744755 for solo participants.
Hello, sir. I'm Ria. Hello.
Yes, Ria.
I want to know that is the quiz for the solo participants started?
No, it still hasn't started. We're still waiting for all the entries. We only have Deepika, Hima Bindu, and Ria here. So we're still waiting for the remaining solo participants to join in.
Okay. Will you notify us when the quiz will start? Because
yes, definitely we will be.
Thank you
I
so
will be
much.
explaining how the quiz will also be going ahead, so do not worry about it.
Thank you so much.
for all the participants which have joined in right now, the solo quiz event is about to start. We have sent in the Kahoot code number, which is 6744755. It is also on the group chat, so please do join in as soon as possible. Okay, so now we will be going on with as we're getting more and more participants, we will explain how the quiz will work. We will be showcasing the questions with the 4 options on the presentation, as you can see right now. You are only supposed to use the app to choose the option for the post question. So please do not, the app will only have, as you can see on the screen, question 1, ABC. It will not have the question or the options given over there. The question and the options will be on the Zoom platform over here. So that's why we mentioned, please do have 2 mobile devices with you, so then you can see the options from the quiz and choose the right option on the Kahoot platform. Currently, we have 5 participants who have joined in. We're still waiting. We will begin shortly.
Hi, I just wanted to ask, can I switch off my video for until the quiz actually starts because data?
Yes, yes, you may, please.
Thank you.
This is also a small reminder for all the participants which are here who have come for the team quiz. We are still accepting spot registration. So if you would like to join the solo quiz too, you are free to do so. We have sent the quiz code over here. So please do join in as soon as possible. We will be starting in a minute. I hope you all are excited for the quiz. Could we maybe get everyone to unmute themselves for a second and hear how excited they are?
Rahul,
Yes.
excuse me.
Yes.
Yeah. Any spot registrations are on, right?
Yes, they
So
are.
what should I do is enter the code, and here I should rename myself as solo_my name, right?
No, that's all right. For now, you can just keep it as your team underscore name.
Okay.
But when you're joining the Kahoot app, make sure that you join in with your full name in all caps.
Okay.
Okay, we've got a lot of participants now. We will be starting soon. I'm giving just 60 seconds for all the spot registrations to come and join in. We've got an array of participants right now, and I think we will be starting soon. Before we start, I will just explain the rules for the quiz again. The question with the options will be displayed on the presentation, which you can see over here with the shared screen, followed by which you will only have on the Kahoot app, it will be written as question 1 and ABC. The whole question will not be iterated over there, nor will the options. So make sure that you choose the correct option and you read the correct answer over here before you choose the option on the Kahoot app. And now we've got a whole lot of participants. We've crossed double digits too. So I hope you all are very excited because we will be beginning now. So are we ready to begin? Can I hear a yes from everyone if we are?
Yes.
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 Okay,
Yes.
great.
Yes.
Love the enthusiasm. And with this, we will be starting the quiz. First question will be displayed now. Question 1. You have 60 seconds per question. Best bioethical practices entail the following except A, discountenance non-consent in mentally fit but very sick patients, acceptance of the fact patient can change his or her mind regarding a therapeutic intervention. C, counseling before seeking consent. D, valid consent is a continuous process. You have 30 seconds remaining on the Kahoot app. We only have received 2 answers. Yes.
On the app, I am not able to see the options A, B, C, D. I am able to see some figures.
We had mentioned that, like right next to the figures, the option is written. So the triangle is A, circle is C, B is the diamond, and square is D. It's written very clearly. So the first question is done. We move on to our next question. Are we ready for the next question? Our next question, currently we have Himabandhu leading with 839 points, then Avi Singh, Riya Gupta, Vidwat Vijay, and Kavya. So now we will move on to our next question. So the next question starting now. Which of these statements is false? Information given to patient during consent taking is only about risk of intervention or procedure. Living will is valid in bioethics. Consent taking is necessary in a teaching hospital. Or D, information given to patients during consent taking must include benefits and risks of intervention or procedure. A is the triangle, B is the diamond, D is the square, C is the circle. We have got 9 out of 15 answers. We're waiting for the remaining. You have 20 seconds left. The correct answer was A. Information given to patient during consent taking is only about risk or intervention or procedure, where 12 out of our 15 participants have gotten it correct. So kudos to you all. We now will move on to see who is leading us leaderboard right now. So our leaderboard is still with Himabandhu At first place, second place, Avi Singh. Third place, Riya Gupta. Fourth place, Vidvat. Fifth place, Aryan Mehta. We move on to our next question now. Next. Which is incorrect regarding giving valid consent? Option A, given in background of sufficient counseling. B, without pressure or coercion. C, comes with a caveat that patient can't change his or her mind. Given by option D, given by a patient with capacity for such decision. You have 30 seconds left. Triangle for A, diamond for B, circle for C, and square for D. We have 10 out of 15 answers. Wow, this is great. 13 out of 14 of our participants got the question correct. We are loving that y'all know so much about this. Let's see who's leading our leaderboard right now. We have Hima Bindu, followed by Avi Singh, followed by Riya Gupta, followed by Vidvat, followed by Aryan. And currently Vidvat has had the highest answer streak of 3. So excellent job, Vidvat. We will now move on to our fourth question, which is starting now. Which of the following principles is not relevant in autonomy? A, consent. B, self-determination. C, capacity. And D, confidentiality. Triangle for A, diamond for B, square for D, and circle for C. We are still waiting on 3 answers. You have 15 seconds left for the fourth question. Last person remaining. And the correct answer was D, which was confidentiality. Next, we move on to the scoreboard. We've got Hima Bindu, followed by Avi Singh, followed by Yash Nolka, followed by Riya Gupta, followed by Vidvat. Our next question, question 5, we're starting. Regarding the concept of bioethics, which of the following statements is false? A, it has to do only with cloning and euthanasia. B, it has to do with moral dimension of medical care. C, it has to do with all aspects of medical care. D, bioethics is same as medical ethics. You have 20 seconds remaining. Okay, so now we move on to our next question. So the statement which was false was A, it has to do only with cloning and euthanasia. Definitely that is a very false statement. So we now move on to the next question. Question 6, starting now. The following is relevant in bioethical considerations, except A, European Convention on Human Rights, B, General Medical Council, professional regulation, C, Universal Bill of Human Rights, D, Hippocratic aphorisms. We've gotten 13 out of 14 answers. We're waiting for the last one. Okay, and the correct option was D, Hippocratic aphorisms. We now move on to our next question, question number 7, which is displayed now. Which is the least important to bioethics? A, ethical theories. B, national laws, health. C, professional bodies, regulations. D, personal preference of healthcare provider exclusive of patients. This is question number 7. Triangle for A, diamond for B, square for D, and circle for C. You have 30 seconds remaining. And the correct answer is D. So now we move on to the next question. We have question number 8, which will be starting now. What is the beneficence pillar of medical ethics? Option A, whether the action in question is in the patient's best interest. B, the patient's right to decide what will benefit them. C, whether the action in question will harm the patient. D, none of the above. You have 40 seconds remaining for this question. And the correct option is option A, whether the action in question is in the patient's best interest. And that is one of the 4 pillars of bioethics, and that's what we tested you on right now. We now move on to question 9. The concept of justice in ethics is A, an obligation of the patient to the society. B, that the health resources must be distributed according to the principles of equity. C, taken as patients' right to choose or refuse treatment. D, for all medical professionals to do good for all patients under circumstances. You have 30 seconds remaining. We are more than halfway done in our quiz. We have another 6 questions remaining, and then we will announce the top 5 of the solo round. And we are done with the 9th question. The correct option was B, that the health resources must be distributed according to the principles of equity. Equity and equality are 2 very, very important concepts which should be demarcated and delineated when you know about medical ethics. So we wanted to question you about this very important concept, especially when it comes to the 4 pillars of bioethics. So it is really good that 8 out of our 14 participants got it right. Now we move on to question 10. The principles of medical ethics are all except non-maleficence, beneficence, autonomy, and D, confidentiality. You have 40 seconds remaining. We're waiting for the last answer. Correct. Non-maleficence, beneficence, autonomy, and justice are the 4 pillars of bioethics. Confidentiality is not one of them. So for all the people who chose D, which is 8 out of our 14, very good. Pat on the back for you all. We now move on to question 11. The principle of double effect ethically means A, it is acceptable to knowingly cause harm in pursuit of some good. B, it is not acceptable to knowingly cause harm in pursuit of some good. C, it is a principle of diminishing returns. D, it is the principle of utility. We have 11 answers in, you have 30 seconds left. The correct option is A, it is acceptable to knowingly cause harm in pursuit of some good. Now we move on to question number 12. Question number 12, please. The classification of patients as intellectually subnormal or confused may put ethical consideration on A, they can never be guilty of negligence, B, their ability to give informed consent, C, their autonomy, D, healthcare workers are sometimes cruel. The answer is B, their ability to give informed consent. This is a very important aspect, especially while giving informed consent where intellectually subnormal or confused patients might not be able to give valid consent. So in those cases, we do look to their caregivers or any first relative to give their consent. Now we move on to question number 13 out of 15 questions which we have. Which of the following increases the risk of wrong site injury? A, surgery late in the day. B, thin patients. C, surgeon running multiple rooms. And D, multiple surgeons involved in the same operation. And most of y'all have gotten it wrong though, but still multiple surgeons involved in the same operation is the answer for this question. We now move on to question number 14. Granted informed consent ethically means A, the physician or surgeon should do what is medically indicated and ought to be for the good of the patient and cause no harm. B, patient consents to accept any complication. C, patient and family sign to accept any complication, including death as outcome of the treatment or surgery. D, it is a routine procedure in the hospital. We only have 8 answers. We're still waiting on the rest to come. 15 seconds remaining. Okay, and we are done with this. Granted consent means that the physician or surgeon should do what is medically indicated and ought to be good for the patient and cause no harm, which is option A. So now with this, are you all excited for the last question for the solo event, after which we will get to know the winners and the top 5 of our screening preliminary quiz round, which will then move on to the final round. So the 15th question is, medical ethics is very much concerning about the importance of patients understanding the consequence of their consent. Which of the following is often left out, but may be just as important to the patient? A, understanding the legal ramifications or consequences that it might get them into trouble. B, understanding the harm it might cause physicians. It might increase hospital costs. C, understanding the expense. There may be hidden costs. D, understanding the nature of their consent. It may involve lying or breaking a promise, or etc. Wow, we already have 10 answers in and we have 20 seconds left. This is our last question, after which we will be done. We are done now. So could we stop screen sharing for a moment? Now, I'm very sure you all will be very excited to get to know who are the winners. So before I share the winners, could we maybe hear a bit from our audience, how they liked the quiz? Were they able to solve the questions? Was it difficult, easy? Because this was just a preliminary screening round, so we wanted to test your basics on this. Does anyone want to come forth and give their ideas and opinions?
It started easy, but towards the end it was quite difficult. So really
Okay.
good quiz. I enjoyed it a lot.
Thank you so much, Hima Bindu. Would anyone else like to give their 2 cents?
I find it very informative nature. Thank you so much.
Okay, great. So the main reason why we used Kahoot as our platform is because most of the quizzes which we've seen being conducted all around, what happens is they just give you the questions and they do not give you the answers. But here we want you all to understand that as soon as you all are done with each question, you get the answer and you understand what is the answer. And I tried giving a few anecdotes or lines in the middle, but we hope you could understand as much as we wanted with this preliminary screening round. And definitely we will try amping it up a bit. We started off, as Hima Bindu said, with just a few basic tests, followed by some clinical scenarios where you have to apply ethics in the real life. So I hope you enjoyed it. And with this now, are you all excited to get to know who are the top 5 who are going to be joining us on the 16th? Could I hear some voices, please?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay, great. Should I press the next button? And here we go. So the podium for the Ethos quiz. On the 3rd place, we have Hima
Yay!
Bindu. 2nd place, Avi. And 1st place, we have Yashnolka. So we will also let you all, on 4th place, we have Vidvat. And on 5th place, we have Riveen. So we expect the 5 of you all to join us on the 16th from 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. IST for the final round of the quiz, where we will be testing more concepts and having more engaging activities. So thank you so much for this. And we really look forward to now seeing all of you all for our final round of the quiz. Thank you so much. So we will be announcing these results also on the solo quiz group. So keep your eye out on the solo quiz group. We will be mentioning the top 5 and we expect all of you all to be there on the 16th. Now, not to sound like a broken record, but I think we should start the team quiz. Are you all excited for the team quiz? Could we have all the teams now switch on their cameras? Okay. Great. I love how a few teams are actually there together in person. It is very, very heartwarming to see that despite the pandemic, we all have been able to come together, especially for an online quiz and a team event, that too in person and on the same video camera. So it's really great to see that. Ria, the solo group is done. Now we are moving on to the group quiz.
No, I was asking like.
So please do rename yourselves as.
I did participate in the solo quiz. I was asking like if there is any group where other group of the on the WhatsApp group where you were like distributing the not distributing, sending the backgrounds and all, because I didn't receive that.
Oh, okay. We will send it to you now. We will have one of our moderators send it to you.
Thank you.
We will soon be starting with the group quiz, and we will be briefing you all with all the required rules. I hope you all are excited. Please do turn on your video cameras and keep Kahoot ready, because we will be sharing the code with you on the chat box soon.
So the entire team has to have one Kahoot, or each and every one can have the Kahoot?
Only one team member, which will be the team leader, will join in via Kahoot. The rest of the team members can read the questions from here on the presentation and can always use the WhatsApp groups which we have created to discuss and give the options. So only one team member, which will be the team leader. Right now, when I explain the rules, you will get it a bit more, you'll get a bit more clarity on the situation, but only the team leader, which we had mentioned, will be the one who joins in on Kahoot. As we prepare the Kahoot for the group quiz event, we will start with the rules. So next slide, please. So the ground rules for the event would be: kindly rename yourself as team number underscore name. For example, team 1 underscore Rahul or team 2 underscore Rahul. As we mentioned, we will be using the Kahoot app for the preliminary screening round today. Do download the app and keep it ready. And kindly keep yourselves on mute unless called for, especially because this is a team event. I understand you would like to speak to your fellow team members who might be in different parts of the country, but make sure that you keep yourself on mute and use the WhatsApp group which we have created. There will be no spot registrations for the team quiz. I'm so sorry, but we will be moving on with the team quiz now. Could we have the next slide, please? So the rules for the quiz will be the team leader of the group. We've given you all enough time to decide who's the team leader, will be the only member who logs into Kahoot platform. If any other group member logs into the quiz, remind you, they will directly be disqualified. So please ensure that only one person per group joins in. On the platform while registering, enter your team name as team number, like team space number, which is team 1 or team 2 or team 3 or team 9, whatever, up to you. Third, you are to only use the WhatsApp group to confer, discuss with your team before picking the answer. If at any point you discuss or confer via any other means, we will directly disqualify the group. Next slide, please.
Hello everyone, am I audible?
Yes.
Sorry about the rejection. I'll carry on. So the rules for the quiz are as follows. First, you have to log into the Kahoot platform using this code. Okay, and only the team leader is supposed to log into the platform, right? Then the quiz will only have one round consisting of 15 multiple choice questions. Okay? Each question will be for 90 seconds. The time taken and correct option choice answering will be the factors deciding the score for your team on that question. Please don't try Googling questions or anything because it will waste a lot of time. And the faster you answer, the higher your score will be. Top 5 teams will qualify to the final quiz round to be held on the 16th of November 2021 between 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. Is that clear? Any questions?
Hi, team 1 has a question. So when asked to enter a name, I entered team 1 and I clicked on OK Go. So it's the timer is
automatically begins and there's no question. Is that all right?
No, yes. There's no question. You have to just choose the answer.
No.
No,
What we are saying is that the question has like the time is going down and we are saying question 2 on the top.
I'm
As
sorry.
The quiz seems to have begun without us having put in anything. We've only entered our names. So what are we to do?
Just close the screen. When you re-log in, it'll give you an option to continue playing. So press that once they start the quiz. Okay.
All right, but I'm afraid we've already. It's taken us on to the second question by now.
So when I clicked continue playing, yeah, it's displaying question 2.
Okay.
Should we just log in with a different name if that's all right?
Okay, there is a slight technical problem. We'll get back to you in 2 minutes. Is that okay? Just give
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. We apologize for the small technical issues which we just faced right now. But we are back. We have sent you all a new code, so you all can join in on that code number. Okay, the code number is a brand new code, so we have started that. I will be sending it also on the WhatsApp group link, on the WhatsApp group. So please do get it from there if required. We've got Team 6 and Team 7 already in place. We are waiting for the other teams. So the rules for the quiz would be as the same as the solo quiz. So we will be Zoom call like this. The Kahoot option will be question 1, triangle A, it'll be diamond B, circle C, and D will be a square. So you could choose one of the 4 options or one of 3 options to give your final answer on the Kahoot app while reading the question from here. Remember, the quicker you respond, the more marks you get. So please do try working as a team and harboring it in that positivity. So then you all can make sure that you all give the answer as soon as possible. We're just waiting for all the other quizzes to come in. We've got Team 2, Team 3, Team
Rahul?
6, 7, 5. Yes.
Yeah, I have a doubt. You were saying we're not supposed to converse with our teammates in any other manner apart from using WhatsApp. But does that apply even when I have my team members with me here?
Oh, if you have your team member with you in person, that's well and good. Like, kudos to you.
Yeah.
You can use your team member. You'll both can confer and discuss. That's the whole point of a team. The main reason why we created the WhatsApp groups is just so that we could monitor a few of the teams which are mainly from different parts of the nation. So yeah, so don't worry about it.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have Team 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Team 9 and Team 1 are still remaining. So Team 1, please do log in, and Team 9, please do log in. Vidvat and whole team, please do log in as soon as possible. Team 1 is here. We have Team 9. Team 9 is still not here, so we're just waiting for them. Okay, we have everyone. We're starting the quiz now. We've shut the room. The first question. Yeah. What does non-maleficence mean in medical ethics? Giving the best treatment possible to the patient following their wishes. B, the duty to do no harm to the patient. And C, making the patient aware of the potential.
Could you tell us
You can
the
choose
options?
option A.
What does
Options A is the triangle, diamond is B, and C is circle.
Hello, so I got confused and pressed the wrong this thing. So can we reset or?
A is triangle, B is diamond, C is circle.
Hello?
I'm sorry, we cannot reset it. We had made it very clear from the start itself. I had told it to you that option A is a triangle, option B is a diamond, option C will always be a circle, and option D will always be a square. And I apologize, but you could try making it up with the other questions which are there. So please do try to make it up with the next question which comes.
Can you just
Could you
display
please
the
send-
symbols once
Yeah.
again?
Can you send the symbols on the WhatsApp group perhaps?
Okay, sure.
Because
So on the
before
WhatsApp.
group event began, we did not see the symbols, and there was quite some gap between the seeing those symbols and the
While
question.
explaining the rules, I had mentioned that A will be a
Yes,
triangle.
I remember. We didn't take a screenshot of it. And
It's
it
all
was-
right. It's all right. I'm mentioning it on the team participants group. So triangle is A, diamond is B, circle is C, and D will always be a square. Okay, I apologize for my spelling.
We are also having a little trouble with the app. We are not able to proceed further. It got logged out
By the host.
by the host.
It
Okay.
was logged by the host.
The host is still here. I'm still here. So y'all have been locked out because I've not allowed any more players to join in because all the 9 teams came in. You can try joining in now if
Now,
you
okay.
have been kicked out of the group. I had locked the room because I didn't want more people to join in or create any last minute confusion. So yes.
I don't think they can log in again once kicked out
Pin bata.
from the same account.
Pin bata.
Okay, we can just try if they could log in. If they can't, then I'm so sorry, but we had specially mentioned that you need to make sure that both your mobile devices are working and are paired. So we will give you another 10 seconds to rectify this, after which we will have to move on with the next question.
Pin bata.
Rahul, is there a natural delay of 5 seconds after the
7,
question
8,
is displayed?
There could be, but I do not think so, because we kind of are working on the Kahoot database itself. So
Yes,
they
delays are normal over
don't
here.
have much of a lag, but it could be a bit of a lag.
Delays are
Okay.
normal. There could be 5 to 10 seconds of delays.
Okay, so thank you so much. And now we will be moving on to the next question.
So we are still waiting to be entered inside.
I'm so sorry, but we've already started the next question.
Actually, we were already inside the quiz.
full
I mean, we
version
did
of
the first
the
question
ought
and then we got
implies
logged
can
out.
principle is A, ought implies can only when you can. B, ought implies can and cannot. C, ought implies can, that's it. What more do you want? D, ought implies can and can implies.
मैं क्वेश्चन कर लिया था ना वही तो ना तो अब वो ये क्यों बोल रहे हैं कि लेट हो गया इसीलिए नहीं ज्वाइन कर पाए अच्छा क्या था क्वेश्चन हाँ एक मिनट रुको।
12 seconds remaining for this question. And we are done. So now for team 4, Hema Bindu, your problem exactly is that you are unable to join, right?
We got in.
Okay, you all got in? Okay, great.
Yes,
So I'm starting with the next question now.
yes.
The third question will start now. Autonomy is one of the main principles of bioethics, which means A, selfishness, B, the right to be selfish, C, self-awareness, D, self-governance. You have 90 seconds per question to decide. You can always use your teams and groups to confer. We've got 8 out of the 9 answers. We're waiting in for the last answer, last team. And the correct option is D. Next, we move on to the fourth question. The fourth question, the 4 medical ethics principles which share between value-based medicine and the principles of ethics explained by Bochum and Childress are A, autonomy, privacy, respect, and confidentiality. B, veracity, privacy, beneficence, and non-maleficence. C, autonomy, non-maleficence, beneficence, and justice. D, veracity, privacy, confidentiality, and fidelity. A is the triangle, B is the diamond, C is the circle, and D is the square. We now move on to question number 5. Question number 5 is as follows. Which of the following ethical issues form the foremost part of the Hippocratic Oath? A, confidentiality. B, sexual boundaries. C, advertising. D, bribery. A is the triangle, B is the diamond, D is the square, and C is the circle. We are waiting in for the last team to send in their answer. Okay, wow, this is 9 out of 9 correct. So congratulations, everyone. We now move on to the next question. Remember, time is of the essence, so do give in your answers quickly. Question 6 is as follows. Paternalism among doctors is not an ethical attitude because it conflicts with A, patient's medical care, B, doctor's tasks and duties, C, patient's autonomy, D, doctor's autonomy. You have 60 seconds remaining. We've gotten 7 answers. We're waiting in for 2 answers. Oh, okay, wow. 7 out of 9 teams got the right answer, which is C, patient's autonomy. With this, we move on to the 7th question. For the 7th question, we have the following. Confidentiality can be breached when A, the patient does not listen to the doctor, B, financial resources are scarce and the patient is not compliant, C, the patient authorizes to do so, D, a patient who requires invasive treatment. For all of our viewers on YouTube, we would love for you all to also take part in the quiz. You can always send in your answers via the YouTube chat box, which is where we're live. Wow, 9 out of 9 correct. So now we move on to the 8th question. The standard of healthcare, known as reasonable professional, is defined by A, practice standards, education, institutional policies, federal and state statutes. B, federal law, state law, county ordinances, city ordinances. C, competency, education, experience, success. D, coursework, internships, practice, and experience. It is good to see all of our participants racking their head to get this answer. We've got 6 out of a total 9 teams. Twenty seconds remaining. Seven out of our 9 teams got the correct option. We now move on to our 9th question. Our 9th question is, primum non nocere means A, first, do no harm. B, first, do not listen. C, never be the first. D, the higher, the fewer. Nine out of 9. Excellent. Remember, timing does play a very crucial role in Kahoot, which is why we've kept this as our platform. So make sure you get in your answer quickly so then you can be the top team. We now move on to our 10th question. Our 10th question is as displayed. The concept of culture from the ethical perspective is A, the outcome of the architectural part of our environment. B, the outcome of the man-made part of our environment. C, it is an isolated view of the world. D, it comprises of beliefs which produce an unacceptable view of the society. We have question 10 here. For all our viewers on YouTube, please do feel free to drop in your answers on the YouTube chat box. We would love to hear them. We're waiting for the last answer from the last team, and we've gotten it. So B, it's an outcome of the man-made part of the world. 7 out of 9 teams got that correct. We now move on to the 11th question. The 11th question is as follows. The relationship between clinical research and clinical medical practice is ethically considered. Which of the following best describes it? A, research has been tightly regulated because a particular research may put a patient at risk for the benefits of others. B, medical practice is focusing on the patient's own best interests and relies on considering benefit/risk ratio, so it is not very tightly regulated. Then C, there is a distinction between research and medical practice. D, all of the above. We've only received 4 answers. We are looking forward to getting 5 more answers. Okay, most of them have got it correct. Our 12th question is as follows. With regard to relationship with the pharmaceutical industry, A, there should be mutual pooling to promote welfare of the health institutions. B, doctors should regularly seek assistance for holidays abroad. C, should pay more attention to the pharmaceutical literature. D, must strive to attend all academic activities such as panel discussions and lectures at holiday resorts. We've gotten 7 out of our 9 teams giving their answers, so please do send in yours as soon as possible. The last team is remaining. Okay, which is A. There should be mutual pooling to promote welfare of the health institutions. Now we move on to our 13th question. We're in the last 3 questions, everyone, so I really hope you're excited. The 13th question is as follows. Meaningful consent requires that the patient be properly informed about treatment or surgery or any intervention procedure. Ethically cannot be accepted in all of these cases, but A, signed as part of the hospital routine documents during admission. B, patient's intellectual deficiencies. C, not matching therapeutic privilege of the treating doctor. D, physician's code and patient's autonomy are respected. We've only gotten 4 answers, so it seems that this is a very tricky question. We're waiting for 2 more teams to answer. You still have 24 seconds on the clock. Okay, and we've gotten it. The correct answer is D, physician's code and patient's autonomy are respected. Now we finally move on to the 14th, which is the second last question. Are you all ready? Here you have it. Medical ethics is very much concerning about the importance of patients understanding the consequences of their consent. Which of the following is often left out, but may be just as important to the patient? A, understanding the legal consequences, it might get them into trouble. B, understanding the harm it might cause physicians, it might increase hospital costs. C, understanding the expense, there may be hidden costs. D, understanding the nature of the consent, it may involve lying, breaking a promise, etc. We have one more team remaining to answer. Okay, and the correct option is D, understanding the nature of the consent, which is mainly it may involve lying or breaking a promise or etc. Now, the last question, are you all ready? Finally, we are almost done with the quiz. Here we have the 15th question. The most important consideration regarding the information and informed consent is it should be understood by the patient is option A. Option B is it must be communicated free of emotion. C, it must be technically accurate. D, it must be delivered in writing. Wow, 8 out of 9 teams got that correct. It is option A, which is it should be understood by the patients. If our patients give us informed consent, they should understand it, because if they don't understand it, then what's the point of it, right? And that is where mainly ethics lies. So we will now stop sharing screen and we will hear from our participants on how well they liked the quiz, or did they find it too easy, too difficult? Do we have any opinions from anyone?
It was a fun quiz. We enjoyed.
Okay, thank you so much, Team 1. Anyone else who would like to share their thoughts?
We faced a few technical difficulties in the team quiz, so it was a little bad for us. But the quiz questions were excellent, really good. Thank you.
I understand, and I apologize for the technical issues, but then we mentioned like that you need to make sure that your internet connection is stable, but you'll
Yes,
did
it was
still
from
a stellar
our
job
side.
to
Yes.
come back and still have such a good. So, but amazing job on coming back strong. You all have answered it well before we just announce the results. Any other team who would like to mention their comments or their reviews on today's quiz? Okay, seeing to it as there are none, I think maybe then we can move on to the results. Are you all excited to get to know the results? Yes? Okay, thank you so much for everyone in the chat box who is voicing out their opinions. We will now be displaying the results. So who's excited? Can we get all of you all to unmute and say that, yes, we want the results now? I don't hear anyone. So clearly no one wants the results. So okay, fine, I'll just shut my browser.
Yes. Yes.
Are you sure? I will shut my browser now. It sounds like I'm kidding. But yes, here we have the results coming in. So the Ethos quiz group podium. Team 3 is on 3rd place. Wow, that's exciting. Team 2, which is on 2nd place. On 2nd place is Team 1. And on 1st place, we have Team 2. And our notable runners up are Team 9 and Team 8. So Team 1, 2, 3, 8, and 9, y'all will be definitely revisiting us on the final day, which is 16th. We look forward to seeing all of y'all on the final day, which is 16th. from 4:30 to 5:30 for the final round of the quiz. Congratulations to all the teams, and thank you so much for participating. I hope you all enjoyed this session, and amazing job. Thank you so much. And before we end it, we would like to thank the entire Ethos quiz organizing committee for making this entire thing possible, especially Dr. Hansel, who is not here with us today. So we look forward to seeing you all on 16. Thank you so much. And now back to the moderator. Also, I would like to thank Sajal Gulati and Anurag Fatterford, who are a part of this quiz and who have been one of the strongest pillars. Both of them have been the strongest pillars in organizing this entire quiz, including making the whole virtual background, presentations. And with that, we sign off for today. See you on 16th. Bye-bye. Take care.